Good evening, members. Welcome to our online class today. I hope all members are in. Elon and Wellington. In our today class, we are going to talk about the unit called solar PV system, and we will cover the following areas. So by the end of this lesson, these are the learning outcomes that we are supposed to meet. The first one is to define the term solar PV system. The second learning outcome is to identify components of solar PV system. And the third learning outcome is to describe the applications of solar PV system. And the final one is that to state the advantages and disadvantages of a solar PV system. To begin, I would like to share the screen with the members. Let me see. So here is the screen. Hope all of you can see it. We will start with the introduction. And in the introduction, we would like now to define what is a solar PV system. So it simply refers to an interconnection of various photovoltaic components, which converts the energy from the sun, that is sunlight, into electrical energy. So simply, it is a system that produces electricity from the sun. Our next section will look at various components in a solar PV system. And these components, the first one is the solar panels, or we talk of the PV module. The second component is the battery. Then the third component, we talk of a charge controller, which acts as a regulator for this solar PV system. The fourth component is the inverter. And the fifth one is the loads, which comprises of both AC and DC loads. And the final components are the accessories, or we talk of the connected cables and other safety devices that help to interconnect all these other components in our system. In our next section, we look at how a solar PV system is connected. So solar system connection diagram. Here we have a block diagram of a solar system. So the first, when you look in our figure, you see that the solar panel is connected to the charge controller. From the charge controller now we have a battery also connected and the DC load. And the final one is the inverter, which is used to power the AC load. So this is a typical block diagram of solar PV system. Then in our next section, we look at the functions of each component in our system. And we talk of, so we start with the first one, which is the solar panels or the PV modules. Its function is to convert solar energy to electricity. That is the main function of this component of system. Then the second component is the charge controller. This is the regulator, and it acts as a regulating device, which helps us to monitor and control the charging and discharge process of a battery. It thus protects the overcharge or undercharge of a battery. Then the third component is the battery itself. Its function is to store the electrical charge from the solar panels to be used later, mostly at night when there is no sunlight or we are not producing electricity. Then another component is the inverter now, that is the fourth one. The inverter converts the DC voltage to AC voltage for powering the AC loads. Then the last one is the loads. This simply means both the DC and AC loads in our system. So these are the components that consume electrical energy in our system. In the next section, we look at the applications of solar PV system, and here we have 5, but there are more. So the first application of solar PV system is lighting. This is mostly used in homes where we need lighting. Then the other application is powering of domestic electrical appliances. This may include the TV, radio, phones, and all that. Then another application is for water pumping. A solar PV system can be used for water pumping. The fourth application is refrigeration. And finally, we talk of powering of office equipment in commercial setups. Then after finishing that, now we go to the advantages of a solar PV system. So the advantages, the first one is that a solar PV system offers a clean source of energy because it is environmental friendly. Another advantage is that sunlight is free and readily available anywhere, irrespective of geographical location. Then we have our solar PV system also requires low maintenance compared to other forms of electrical system. Then the fourth advantage is that a solar PV system helps to reduce the cost of electricity bill incurred in any premises. Then number 5, we talk of the system provides immediate access to electricity in rural areas, hence raises their living standards for those rural communities. Then the last one is a solar PV system is long-lasting. It has a long life operation before you can think of replacing or carrying out meaningful maintenance. Then our last subsection we look at is the disadvantages of solar PV system. And the disadvantages, the first one is we talk of high initial cost of installation. And number 2, talk of that it requires a specialist, a technician with special training to install the system. Number 3, it is suitable only to low energy needs. And number 4, the last one, the batteries need frequent replacement after 3 to 5 years. So this marks the end of presentation. But before that, because it is a lesson, we need to give you an assignment. And so the assignment is that for the trainees, you have to draw a block diagram showing the connection of solar PV system. So that is the end of our lesson today. Thank you.